The courtroom was completely silent when my ex-husband started smiling. Not nervous, not unsure, smiling like a man who believed he still owned my life. That smile told me everything I needed to know. He thought this was going to be easy. My name is Emily, and the man sitting across from me wasn't just my ex. He was the same man who once controlled my money, my confidence, and every decision I made for nearly 10 years of marriage. I sat there quietly, hands folded, listening to him explain to the judge why I was irresponsible, why I owed him, and why I shouldn't be trusted with a single dollar from our divorce settlement. He spoke with confidence because that's how he always spoke, to sound right, even when he was lying. He leaned forward, cleared his throat, and began listing all the ways he claimed he supported me. Rent, bills, groceries, as if I was some burden he carried instead of a partner who sacrificed her career for his comfort. What he didn't mention was how I wasn't allowed to work, how every paycheck went into an account I couldn't access, how I had to ask permission to buy groceries, or how he used money like a leash. When the judge asked me to respond, my ex smirked. He whispered under his breath, loud enough for me to hear, "She won't say anything. She never does." And for a moment, I almost didn't, because silence had been my survival for years. But this time was different. I slowly stood up and looked directly at the judge. My voice was calm, but my hands were shaking. Not from fear, from relief. Because for the first time, I wasn't trying to keep the peace. I was telling the truth. I explained how my ex handled every account, how my name was missing from documents I was forced to sign, how I didn't even know how much money we had while married to a man who claimed I lived off him. My ex interrupted me, laughing lightly, saying I was exaggerating. That's when the judge raised his hand. "Sir," he said firmly, "you will not interrupt her again." The smile disappeared from my ex's face. I continued, explaining how after our divorce, he suddenly demanded money he claimed I owed, how this lawsuit wasn't about fairness, it was about control, about proving he still had power over me. Then the judge asked for the financial records. That was the moment everything changed. Because unlike my marriage, this courtroom ran on facts, not intimidation. The judge flipped through the documents slowly. Too slowly. My ex shifted in his seat. His lawyer leaned closer, whispering urgently. Pages turned. Silence stretched. Finally, my ex opened his mouth to explain something, and the judge stopped him mid-sentence. "Sir," the judge said sharply, "these records show that your ex-wife never had access to the accounts you claim she controlled." My heart dropped into my stomach. The judge continued, his voice calm but unmistakably firm. He pointed out inconsistencies, missing signatures, transactions that didn't match my ex's story. Then came the sentence I'll never forget. "This court will not be used as a tool for harassment or financial abuse." My ex looked stunned. The confidence, the control, gone. The judge dismissed his claims entirely. As we stood to leave, my ex didn't look at me. Not once. The same man who once told me I was nothing without him couldn't even meet my eyes. Outside the courthouse, I stood alone for a moment, breathing in the air like I had just been released from something invisible but heavy. I didn't win money that day. I won freedom. For the first time in years, someone with authority had seen through him. And more importantly, I finally saw myself not as the woman he tried to break, but as the woman who survived him.